So since being in the caravan, we've had quite a lot of water issues. First it was the pump. I don't know if you can see. So first it was the pump housing. These little clips, we had to get one replaced for the bottom, so it was pulling out and water was going everywhere. And we managed to get a replacement clip and sort that out, and then not long after we started to get a leak inside, which I'll show you in a minute. But what had actually happened was we went to a caravan shop in Cannock and we got a new housing, because the other one, it was really shoddy, and like I say, the clips had snapped off. All inside the filter housing was black, so we picked one up with the idea of like changing it when we had time or when we thought it needed it. So, but not long after that, we noticed a leak inside. Lucky for us, a guy on the site was like, he's really knowledgeable, he built his own van. He came and took a look, and what had actually happened was the back of that housing I've just shown you had snapped, and it was just leaking. Got a big wet patch there. Then under this seat, which I won't show you at the minute because Dougal is being grumpy. So the back of the housing, it looks like a big like nipple. It was snapped, so water was just spraying inside the van for as long as we'd had it hooked up. So it was obviously broken before we'd ever used it. So a guy on the site helped us change that like really quickly. He then changed the housing, which meant the water was coming in and not leaking. We can't heat it up using the gas at the minute because that needs servicing. He also took a look at that, and because it's so old, it hasn't been serviced. The pilot light just keeps going out straight away. So once we had the water connected, we then got a ball cock for inside the aqua roll, which sits in there. This normally sits up straight, but the ball cock wasn't working, and I was washing the pots up badly again, and Charlie said, look, the water's pump's making a noise. The water stopped in the caravan, and then the pump part, which is this bit, it stinks of burning. So what had actually happened was the ball cock hadn't worked because the water's hooked up to the mains. The ball cock hadn't started, so the water ran dry, and I was literally just pumping air through rather than water. And I burnt the pump out, and because the van's so old, we can't get a replacement. So again, the same guy on site bypassed all of that. So we have the water hose connected straight to the bottom, so we're bypassing the pump, but we just have to turn it off between until we can find a reasonable pump to replace it. But so we still need a new pump, but we also need to figure out the elbow system in the water barrel. So that's still an issue. It's not a big issue because like literally there's the caravan door, there is the tap on that side, but so you know, it's literally like 10 steps to turn the water on. Do the washing up, wash your hands, do whatever we need to do. We're not drinking water pulled through the caravan because it's so old. Even with the filter on, you know, we could wash it out a few times, but we don't really know when it was last used. So we are just still filling our big 20 litre water butt up with a little tap on. That's the dog's water. So yeah, we're still taking our water in that way, but for washing up and the like, we're bypassing the the aqua roll. It is a bit of an ongoing saga, but hopefully now the weather's cooled down a bit. Trying to keep the dogs cool was a big priority for us last week. Now we can think again. We'll get on to getting another pump, even if we just have to have the bare pump and I strip it down and rewire it, which is probably what's going to happen, and then we can put it back in the aqua roll and the water can stay on. Then there won't be any need to keep coming out and turning it on and off. But at the minute it works. All the waste pipe works, you know, the electric's all fine, we're all good. We don't shower in the van because there are like toilet and shower facilities that we're right next to now, and they're sound for what we need. But also the van is a bit old. I wouldn't want to take a shower inside just because the top needs resealing. But when it was hot we had the shower out the window and Charlie was like dancing around in the water, so the shower works fine. So even if it's hot, you know, we can put the water through and shower outside of the van, which is always good. And then the toilet's there just mainly in case of emergencies, because nobody wants to be cleaning their own wee and poo out of the tubs. It's there if we need it. It all works. The Water Saga is continuing. In a bit I will take the seat up and show you like the inside and which bit had snapped and like how much, had it been left, how much damage it probably was going to cause. But yeah, we was quite lucky to spot it really. I ended up taking a rug out because it was damp, thinking Charlie had spilt a drink. So while the guy up the site was helping us with the water, he also pointed out like how severely cracked the tyres are on the caravan, because when we got it, it had obviously been sat for a while, and then it's been sat on our drive for a year, so we knew they needed a bit of winding. But you know, he was like, the tread's great, but the wall of the tyre is all quite severely cracked. And you know, that's a risk of a blowout if we go anywhere. So I don't know if this is picking it up, but like the cracks are quite deeply ingrained all the way around. So yeah, we was advised that it would be quite a bad idea to try and tow anywhere because they could just blow out. The other one's the same, but there's a skirt cover on it. So yeah, we need to take them off, get some new tyres fitted, and then take them somewhere else to have them pumped up. Which is, it's just a few Google searches really, but it's one of the many things on our list to do. So we've got that. We need to get the truck MOT'd. Now it's cooled down, we have decided that everything we've got is too much, because we left the house thinking, you know, we're moving straight on to Spain. But because it's going to take a few months, there's just too much stuff in the van. Like, we are tripping over boxes of clothes, shoes, you know, we just need to have a generalised go through again. What are we using? So all the stuff that we don't need, especially like the cupboards for like the pots and pans, they're rammed and we don't need all that stuff. I'm not going to be making roast dinners in the caravan. Like, I mean, I wish, but the oven works fine. We could, but it's just easier to live off like stir fries and stuff like that. So that's the way forward for now. So we're going to have a good sort through all of the stuff out the cupboards. I won't show you because it's just a massive mess at the minute. Once I get started, I'll probably record it and Charlie can speed it up. But we've just got bags of washing, clean washing, because the facilities here allow us to wash stuff, but you're trying to put stuff back in tubs and it's just a nightmare. So anyway, I'm waffling. Once I start that, I'll get Charlie to record it. Hi, so I'm back. This is where the water comes in under the, from the side of the caravan under the chair. As again, this is the big wet patch. Looks like a piss stain. It's a water patch. So, I don't know if you can see, I might have to get a torch. So, get you sideways down here. This big thick pipe, you can see that I'm shining right on there. It's got a little nipple like the one underneath, and that, oh, you can see there now, where the blue pipe fits on, that had completely snapped, like all the way around. Not completely, it was hanging on by a thread. So the guy that helped me fix it, we've also had to cut some of the wood out. I'll get the camera to see if you can see it, but we had to slice some of the wood out because the design fault, the design is so bad that if someone sat on this, then that's probably what's cracked it. But that's where the leak was coming from, and it was spraying from there all the way up here and just hitting the carpet down there. So it's all leaked out underneath. We checked all the other gubbins down there and they're all secure. It was just that one because the back of the casing had cracked. So it's taken a while to dry out, even in all this like crazy heat we've had. But I mean, Dougal even laid on it, bless him, because it was so hot. But yeah, that's still drying out, but it's not leaking anymore. This is the heater, the gas water heater. We've got the gas off at the minute because it doesn't work. It won't stay lit. Well, it won't ignite, I think. So, creaky fire. In here, you've got like the van control. You've got the van controls. So the pump we don't put on at the minute because I've burnt it out and we're bypassing it. But the gas water heater is this one here, and it just, the pilot light kept going out because it needs a good look at, which the guy up the road, or the guy up the camp from us, Carl, said he'd have a look. But this is the electric water heater, so if I do want the water hot, you know, just pop that on and it heats it up fine, which I'm going to need shortly to wash the manky pots up. Having a nice stroll up to the graveyard near the campsite. There's some woodland at the back. Some blackberries. Most of them have gone or not right.
Looking for snacks and I can't find any.
Oh, she's found some. Off she goes. It's had a dog wee on it. There's a big one underneath. Like where you've just pulled that one from, underneath. Yeah. Oh, good.
No, it's nice.
That one had some mould on it. Bit of wee.
Alright, yeah.
Good.
Quite nice actually, yeah. Oops.
So I think this woodland up here goes behind where our caravan is. And this is where we first pulled in when we come to have a scope at the campsite. Very pretty. Don't really want to record anyone's graves, it's a bit disrespectful. Cool little sundial in the middle. I've fatted out the way, I don't know what it's saying.
Just before 12. It's actually just before 1 o'clock. I don't think the sundial allows for
Okay, that's interesting. Pretty much where Charlie was recording the noises from the other day. That is our caravan in the distance. These trees are amazing, they're so big.
Oh yeah, there's our caravan.
Yeah, right there.
Right there.
Some chopped up wood.
Wanted some wood that I could
There you are, look, she calls me the pikey. Instantly. I want some wood. Leave it, it's not yours. Leave it. Tea leaf. Yeah, I'll stop recording on the way back down because there's actually a couple tending to someone's grave and it's not very nice.
In case anyone was wondering how we were getting on with the heat wave and the caravan with 2 dogs, it's raining a lot right now and I couldn't be more delighted and excited, and I'm staring at it lovingly, deliciously. Glorious rain is falling and making things cool, and I'm so excited, and I'm loving the sound effects in the caravan. Sitting snuggled whilst Kelly makes some food. Not very good view out there. It's just amazing. I've got window open and oh, how lovely is this? Just sitting, enjoying the rain and not getting wet and feeling warm and snuggly and refreshed. Amazing stuff. Camping life is definitely for me.
Trying to get into the caravan.
So you have to turn this one anti-clockwise.
I did. Just, I can't do it. Okay, so should be the one in the big one.
Waste pipe and tank.
Okay, so Charlie says the drain's stinky and it's not going down very well. Hi, beautiful bug. It's very dark in here as well. Oh, you've adjusted. Good. Do. So we've gone from scorching hot to peeing it down. Yeah. To, I wouldn't say scorching hot, but it's still hot again, isn't it?
It's nice and sunny. Says on my watch top temperature is 18 degrees. So the Water Saga. Have you filmed anything?
I filmed you getting in there. I've not
Okay.
really said anything.
The Water Saga continues. I'll look at the water pipes in a minute, but in testing the water pipes, we've realised that also our waste pipe doesn't drain, so we've got our drain cleaner out. Caravan
Yeah, it says
approved.
leave for 10 to 15 minutes, so I'm just going to chuck a load in. That should be more than enough. And then it'll soak all the way through.
It's done a nice bubbly.
So, well, that's making it empty quicker.
Yeah, it's
anyway.
already draining quicker.
So,
that's
but
good.
not that. If you go to here again, I've tightened all the screws up in it.
Okay, so the remaining, the Water Saga, where we are so far on Wednesday. So this area here is all damp. I've tried to put Vanish carpet cleaner on it because it was smelling so bad.
You can see where it's clean now.
Yeah.
Oh
But so this first leaked last week and it hasn't dried, so we've been puzzling over where the leak's coming from. After a bit of investigation today, I can find the water down here. That's where it's gathering. So Kelly has just tightened these Jubilee clips around here. It's the back of our new housing, and you can see where our friend Carl had to carve this out of the wood in order to get this in. So I dread to think what it was like beforehand. I don't know if maybe it was like a smaller water housing, or I don't know. But anyway, that was what was essentially causing the leak back here. It was all spluttering out of here because this whole thing had cracked. So, new water housing and a leak. Fun. So, now that we've tightened all those up, let's see if this dries. We've had the water on. Can't feel anything leaking.
Yeah, you can't see it, can you? But
No.
It
was water gathering. So if this dries, then we know it's all right.
So I'm gonna have a quick look through our cupboard, see what we need, like what's going to be used quite regularly, and anything else can then go into storage. So I've taken quite a few of these storage containers out, because although they're good, I mean, I'll keep this one for if we make sandwiches, like going for dog walks or something, a bit of a picnic. But everything else, like, we'll struggle to get in the fridge. I mean, we can get some in the new fridge that we've got, but you know, we've even got pasta in there. Yeah, we'll struggle to keep it all in the fridge. So, you know, we're cooking for the day, so we just don't need it. And I think because obviously we moved out with the intention of moving straight to Spain, it's just not possible to log it all round with us and use stuff as well. So all the big, like, food bowls that go with this set, they're all in the lock-up with the rest of the crockery, and we've got 2 sandwich plates and 2 dinner plates. I've kept the dinner plates just because they've got this nice lip on, and I can be quite messy, so it stops food falling off the plate. Otherwise, we've got lots of different sized bowls. We've got quite a lot of saucepans, so the 2 big camping saucepans I've kept, mainly for dog water because they're really big and really helpful, but everything else is going to go into the lockup. So yeah, I'll give you a quick look when we're done. Well, I'm going to get Charlie to give me a go through as well. So it's the slow cooker, some more coffee. You see we've got baking tins and It looks quite empty at the minute, but that's because I've pulled half of it out and already took it to the lockup. But it still needs a good go through, just so stuff's accessible. So I'm going to do that, but I'm actually going to turn the camera off because the caravan door keeps shutting and it's quite dark in here.